hope and intend that this video be heard clearly, easily, and effortlessly. It is 5:43 a.m. on Sunday, February 6th, 2022. I just had a really messed up dream that I kept trying to wake up from, but a dark, a woman, a dark witch, she was like, um, she had curly brown hair, but she looked like she was, like curly brown hair, like hair that's been in curlers for too long, not kinky hair, not like really curly hair. She was like a weird off branch of Middle Eastern and maybe like Hispanic. Some like maybe it's a race I haven't seen for years, like in this lifetime. She looked very mean. She had two daughters, and I was living in that house, and the entire house had no lights on. The only light that was on was when a friend came over, one of the daughter's friends. And when she came over in a dream, she said, "Is she at it again?" And the daughter said, "Yeah, let's go in the room. We don't want to get involved in this." And I was in the living room and I was sitting in complete darkness, and my heartbeat was making a light pulse in the room. The dark witch mother person was in the kitchen bathing a baby girl in water. She kept dunking her in and out of water over and over. I'm like, "What are you doing to that kid?" And she's like, "Don't worry about it." And she kept dunking her in and out of the water some more. And then she put her on the kitchen counter. And this is gonna sound really fucking horrible. She like put her on the kitchen counter and lifted her legs up so she could see inside her butt and her body. And then the baby shit itself all across the counter. And that dark witch started taking that baby and like covering it in shit. And then she gave it to her other daughter to come and give like have me hold the baby. And I just looked at the baby and I held her and I cuddled her and I'm like, "I'm so sorry you're going through this." And this dark witch lady walked up and she's like, "What do you mean you're so sorry she's going through this? That kid is being taken care of really well." And I thought, okay, that's it. I've had enough. I got up and I walked towards this woman, and the room, I swear to God, it was like light coming in and out in a spiral, like an infinity loop from me, out of me, smashing her into a fucking wall. It kept pushing her back over and over and over just with the very presence of my heartbeat. I didn't even have to do anything. The bitch grabbed my hand, my right arm, and she's like, "Gods and goddesses." And I'm like, "Don't you dare utter their names." And I said, "Return to sender," right to her, and her heart started hurting her. And she started trying to curse me. Shit was coming out of her mouth, like literal shit was falling out of this bitch's witch's mouth as she was trying to curse at me. All the while, I'm still holding this shit covered baby in my left hand. And she's like cursing at me. And then I took my hand that she was holding and I put it back on her chest and I said, "Return to sender." And the woman turned around and puked this like vile fucking vomit all over the fucking house. I took the kid and I walked over to the bedroom. And as I was walking over to the bedroom, I saw on television a bunch of ancestors, and it's making me want to cry. I saw a bunch of ancestors, old grandmothers with their hair in braids, beautifully wrapped, beautiful white hair, beautiful purpley gowns, in this like hell area on TV, burning in hell because of what this bitch was doing to them. And the ancestors kept screaming, "Bring us out, bring us out, bring us out," over and over and over. And I smashed that fucking TV, walked over towards the bedroom and the front door, and the bitch's other daughter was sitting there. And she's like, "Can I have your phone number?" And then this like metal chain that was there that almost tripped me. I stepped over it and I'm like, "Fuck off." And I walked towards the back of the house, which had this light coming from it. And when I walked past the back of the house, I wasn't in the house anymore. I was on a beach with palm trees and it's like sandy white sand. And I just sat there holding this baby, crying my fucking ass off. Like, I can't believe this entire time it was that person.